last year and also in 5th standard we have learned basics of decimal. So what is a decimal? A decimal is nothing but a fraction. It's a special kind of fraction where all the denominators are powers of 10. That means any decimal can be converted into a fraction with denominators as powers of 10. Powers of 10 we have discussed. They are 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, etc. Not multiples. There is a difference between multiples of 10 and powers of 10. Multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. Powers of 10 are 10. That is 1 followed by many zeros. 1 followed by 0. That is 10 is 10 to the power 1. Okay. Then 1 followed by 100 is 10 to the power 2. That is 10 into 10. So all these are powers of 10. Now check these decimal fractions. 4 by 100. 99 by 10, 6 by 1000, 196 by 10. All these are fractions, but these fractions have denominators as powers of 10. So these can be converted into decimals. So we call these decimal fractions. Any fractions can be converted into decimals. I'll explain how it is in our future classes, further classes. Okay. Now, how to read a decimal? Can you all recall, children? A decimal has two parts if you remember. The first part, the part before the decimal point is called the whole number part, and the part after the decimal point is called the decimal part. Okay, so how to read a decimal number? Let's see. Can you recall? 5.423. We read this as 5.423 or 5.423. 423 is not read as 423 because these are all tenths, hundredths, thousands. 4 by 10. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 parts. I have explained here. Please check. Now, here we have 10 parts. Okay. If I want to have 1 out of 10 parts, then I shade 1 and write it as 1 by 10. That is 1/10. Remember, children? Tenth. 1/10. That is nothing but 0.1. Okay, 0.1 means 1 part out of 10 parts. Please remember, please try to recall. Suppose I want 4 parts. See here, this is 4/10. So I shade 2, 3 and 4. Now, how many parts have we shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts out of total 10 parts. 4 parts out of total 10. How do we read this? 4/10. Remember, children? 4/10. 4/10 or 4/10. This is nothing but 0.4. Similarly, if we have 100 parts, just like this, if you have 100 parts, then if I have to write 4 out of 100, then I write 4 out of 100. This is 0.04. Try to recall conversions. Anyway, we are going to discuss. So, this is called 400. So, how do we read this? 5.423. Here, 4 is 4/10. 5 is units place. This is whole number. You all know how to write whole numbers. Units, tens, hundreds, etc. On the decimal part, try to recall 4/10, 200, 3,000, and then so on, like 10,000 and so on. Okay, so this is read as 5.423. How do we expand this? Just now we read 5 into 1, because 5 is in units place, this is 5 into 1. There is no confusion here. This is whole number part, children. Now coming to the decimal part, 4 is in tenths place. Tenth. Okay, 4 is in 10th place. So 4 by 10. 2 by 100. 3 by 1000. Okay. Now here I have given you one more example. Please check. I have given a number 200 and how do we read this? 246 decimal 0875. 246.0875. Now here we have the place value chart for decimals. Try to fill up all these numbers in their respective places. Can you do that? Try. Yes, children, please fill it up. Check the decimal point where it is and see which are the whole numbers and which are the decimal numbers. Okay. Now, decimal point is here. So, in the units place on whole number signs, units place is 6. Agreed? Tens place, TENS, children, no confusion. This is whole number part, 4. In hundreds place we have 2. We do not have any number in the thousand place. Just leave it as it is. Now come to the decimal part. After decimal point, we have all the decimal numbers. In tenths place, we have 0. Did you all write? In hundredths place, hundredth, children, this is 100th. In 100ths place, we have 8. In thousands place, that means if we have divided the entire area into 1000 parts, we have here 7. That is 7 out of 1000. 7 parts out of 1000 parts. 10th, 100th, 1000. In 10,000th part, we have 5. Is it clear? Have you all written this? So 246 decimal 0875, we have filled it up in the place value chart. Please check, all of you. And please make a note of this also so that you will try to recall when we are doing conversions. Okay, children. So with this basic knowledge, in fact, this session is mostly about revision of whatever we have learned in 6th standard, because in 6th standard, we have learned almost up to subtraction of decimals. So we have done comparison, conversions, addition and subtraction of decimals. So this is a revision class for you. Okay? Yeah. So now let's move on to comparison of decimal numbers. Okay? So let's see how we can compare decimals. Right now, comparison of decimals. Okay. If you remember, to compare decimal numbers, we check the decimal part of the number. Why do we do that? Simple reason, if we have the decimal places, that is if we convert all the decimal places to equal number of places, then comparison becomes very, very simple. That's what we call them as like decimals. Convert the given decimals into like decimals and then compare. So that is the simple rule, children. Right now, convert, I hope you're all writing along with me, convert into like decimals and compare. Okay, we'll see how that's done. Simple examples. Now, suppose we have 12.6 and say 3.98. Now look at the decimal part. Here in the decimal part we have two digits we have. On the left hand side we have only one. So after the number, children, remember, after the number you are free to add any number of zeros. You're not changing the value if you add zeros after the number. But in between decimal and the number, you cannot add zero. If you do that, you are changing the value of the given number. Okay. Now, how did I convert into decimal, like decimal? I've checked here, there are two decimal places. So in this, after the number, I've added 0. But this is a simple example because in the whole number part, clearly 12 is greater than 3. So I can write 12.60 is greater than 3.98. Do you all agree? Make a note. I'll give you examples. Now check this. We have 0.809 and then we have 0.089. Convert into like decimals and then compare, children. Start doing. 66.066, compare it with 66.6. I hope you are all doing. 98.400, 98.4. 0.1 and 0.001. Yes? I hope you all got the answers, children. Let's check. Now in the second example, we have 0.809. Okay? So whole number part, we do not have any number, we have only 0. So we have in the decimal part, how many digits? 1, 2, 3. Here also 1, 2, 3. So they're all already like decimals. So comparison is easy. Now forget the decimal. Check 809 here and here 89. This is 0.809. But if you forget the whole number part, this is 809, meaning this has thousands place. Suppose we have an area of 1000 divisions, then this is 809 divisions we have shaded. On the other hand, out of 1000, we have shaded only 89 parts. That means clearly this is greater than this number. So 0.809 is greater than 0.089 because see here, the 10th place is 8 here, 10th place is 0 here. Even that way you can do the comparison. Okay. Now look at the third one. Whole number part we have 66 and 66. Both are equal. Decimal parts here I have 3. Here we have 1 decimal part. So what did we say? We discussed that after the decimal you can add any number of zeros. You're not changing the value if you add after the number, after the decimal number. Okay? Yeah. So now we have 66.066 and 66.600. Try to compare. Clearly, in tens place it is 0. Here 10th place is 6. So, naturally, this is greater and this is lesser. Is it not? So, 66.066 is lesser than 66.600. Next one, 98.400, 98.4. Now, here we have 3 decimal places. Here we have 1. So, add how many zeros? 2 zeros. Is it not? Now, I have made the numbers, the decimal numbers equal. Now, they are like decimals. Okay. Now, 98.400. Here also 98.400. They are equal. Do you all agree? Next one. We have 0.1. We have only 10th place. Here 10th, 100, thousands. Okay. But here we have 3 decimal places. So add zeros after the number. After, children, again and again I am repeating. It's after the number you can add any number of zeros, but not between 0 and 1. You cannot push 1 and add zeros here. That's wrong. You will be changing the value. Okay. Now we have 100 and 001. Which one do you think is greater? Clearly, it is 0.1. 0.1 is greater than 0.001. Please check your answers. Okay. If you are done, we'll go to conversion. Even this is revision to convert fractions into decimals and vice versa. That is decimals into fractions. Okay. Okay, children. Write the heading. Conversion of fractions into decimals. Conversion of fractions into decimals. Write up. First one is fraction into decimal. Decimal here means decimal number. Okay. You are converting fractional numbers into decimal numbers. Decimal numbers are nothing but decimal fractions. Okay. Yeah. So what does the rule say? Can you recall, children? If you are given a fraction, here we are going to discuss when the denominators of the fractions are powers of 10. So in the first case we are doing the denominators are powers of 10. Denominators are powers of 10. That is, in the denominator we have 10, 100, 1000. If the denominators are not 10, 100, 1000, we'll see how to convert that also. You have learned. Okay. So, the rule says the number of decimal places will be equal to the number of zeros in the denominator. Do you all remember, children? Write that rule. Number of decimal places, make a note, is equal to number of zeros in the denominator. Please keep this in mind. Okay. Now what is that? What does it mean? Let's see. 8 by 10. What is 8 by 10? It's a fraction. Now, how to convert this fraction into a decimal number? Now, what does the rule say? The rule says Write 8 as it is. Now, look at the number of zeros in the denominator. How many zeros are there? There's only one zero, is it not? So, from your right, children, you remember? From your right, count the number of zeros. How many? 1. So, count the places. We have 1 here. After 1 place, keep the decimal point and add 0. Before the decimal, you can add 0. But if there is a number, you cannot add 0. Since we do not have any number, I have written 0. And if this is read as 0.8. You understood the rule? Write the number, write the numerator as it is. Count the number of zeros in the denominator if it is a power of 10. If it is not, I will show you how to convert. 1 0, 1 decimal place. See, 1 arrow I put. So, 1 decimal place. Second one. 2, 9, 29 by 10. Start doing. Follow the same rule. Write the numerator as it is. Shall I show you this also? So, write the numerator as 29. Now, before eliminating the denominator, check how many zeros are there. There is only 1 0. So, we have two numbers, but we have only 1 0. So, from your right, count 1 place and add the decimal point. So, the answer is 2.9 or 2 decimal 9. Okay, children. So, start doing these problems. 508 by 100. This is a fraction. Convert into decimal point. Next one. 96 by 10,000. Next one. 7 by 1000. Start doing. Ready? Okay. Now, here we have 508 in the numerator. Write that number as it is. 508. Now, we have 3 digits here, 508, and we have 2 zeros in the denominator. So, before you eliminate the denominator, count the number of zeros, 1 and 2. We have 2 zeros. Okay, so from your right count 1, so 1 0, 1 more 0 is there, so 1 more arrow. So where is your decimal now? It is here. So answer is 5.08. Did you all get that? Next one. 96 divided by 10,000. How many digits are there in the numerator, children? We have 2 numbers. Okay. In the denominator, we have 4 zeros. So, before eliminating, count 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. And we have only 2 numbers in the numerator. What do we do in this case? I think most of you remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2. So we don't have digits. What do we do? We add zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now place the decimal. The answer is 0.0096. You all understood? So 96 divided by 10,000 is 0.0096. So what did we do in this case? Since we did not have that many digits, we added zeros. Clear? Next, 7 divided by 1000. Write 7 as it is. Count the number of zeros. 1, 2, 3. Okay, children. So 1. What about the remaining digits? We do not have any digits there. Okay. So add 1 and 2. 2 zeros you add and then place the decimal. Did you all understand? 7 by 1000 is 0.007. Okay. So here there is no doubt. Now what if we do not have powers of 10 but we can convert into power of 10? So that is second case. Here what we do is, let's continue the examples. Suppose we have 14 by 20, let us say. Now 20 is not a power of 10 but it's a multiple of 10 and it can be converted. Some multiples of 10 can be converted. Some numbers can be converted into powers of 10. Prime numbers cannot be converted, children. Okay, when you cannot convert into powers of 10, I'll show you how to do it in division of decimals. For the time being, you learn powers of 10. Now 20 can be made into a power of 10. So which is the nearest power of 10? It is 20 can be converted to what? Into 100, is it not? So 20 into 5 is 100. Can we leave 14 as it is? No, is it not? Because this is equivalent fraction. So 14 also should be multiplied by 5, that is 70. So this is 0.70 or 0.7 is also correct, because after the digit any number of zeros you can add. Here you can cancel 0 and 0 and write it as 0.7, or if you write it as 0.70 is also fine. Okay, try these. Try these problems, children. Next one is 19 divided by 5. Try 19 divided by 5. Think, can we convert it into power of 10? That is 10, 100, 1000. Which is the nearest power of 10? Try to think and then do the problem. Next one. 2, 3 by 50. Start doing. Next one is 103 by 50. Yes, children, try to do these. Okay. Now here 5 can be converted to 10, is it not? Nearest power of 10. So 5 2's 10. It can also be converted as 100 but not necessary. To the nearest power of 10. 5 into 2 is 10. So 19 into 2 is 38. Got? Now how to convert this? Now you know the rule. 38 by 10 is nothing but 3.8. 10, one decimal place from your right. Now we have here a mixed fraction. Let's see. First let's convert into improper. So what is 50 into 2? It is 100. 100 plus 3 is 103 divided by 50. Now which is the nearest power of 10 to 50? 50 can be converted to 100, is it not? So 50 2's 100, 103 2's. Equivalent fraction. So we have 206 by 100. That is nothing but, see, 2 zeros. So 2 decimal places from your right. Answer is 2.06. Did you all get that? Next one. We have 103 by 50. Okay, I'll change this, children. We are getting almost the same answer. So the next one is 9 by 25. Okay, convert 9 by 25. 25 into 4 is 100. 9 into 4. 25 is multiplied by 4 to convert into 100. So 9 also should be multiplied by 4. That is 36 by 100. That's nothing but 1, 2. We have 2 zeros, 2 places. So 0.36. Did you all get that? Check your answers. If you have already done the previous problem which I had written, no problem, don't erase it. You can add one more problem to that. Clear? Okay. Now let's move on to conversion of decimals to fractions. Children, once again, let me repeat. These are all powers of 10 or numbers which can be converted to powers of 10. But in some fractions, always we cannot expect powers of 10 or numbers conveniently converted to powers of 10. In such cases, we have no choice other than dividing numerator by denominator. That we'll take up in division of decimal numbers. Okay, when we divide a fraction, how to convert it into decimal, we'll discuss further in division of decimals. Okay children, I hope till here it's clear. Now let's convert decimal to fraction. Okay, write down. Conversion of decimals to fraction. Write the heading. Decimal into fraction. Remember, whenever you convert decimal into fraction, that fraction has to be converted into its simplest form. You know how to do that. Okay, so what does the rule say? Remember, write the decimal number as numerator without the decimal point. Remember, last year we wrote these rules. Write down once again. Write the number, that is a decimal number. Copy children. Write the decimal number as numerator. But without the point. Numerator without the decimal. Okay. That is your first step. Second step. Second step is write 1 followed by 1 followed by as many zeros. Now, you all remember number of zeros should be equal to number of decimal places. So, write 1 followed by as many zeros as the number of decimal places. Okay, this is your second step, and final step will be simplification. Okay, now let's take up examples and see how to go about this. First one. Now remember children, now we are converting the decimal into a fraction. Now the first one is 0.42. What does the rule say? Please check here. Write the decimal number as numerator without decimal. Now I have the decimal number as 0.42. I am writing it as 42. So that will be our numerator. Denominator, look at this rule. 1 followed by as many zeros as the number of places. So 1, because power of 10, is it not? 1 followed by as many zeros. Now how many decimal places we have? 1 and 2. So we add 2 zeros. Children, is it clear? Decimal number is written as numerator without the decimal point. Then denominator will be 1 followed by as many zeros as the number of decimal places. Here we have 2 decimal places, so I have written 2 zeros in the denominator. So now the fraction is 42 by 100. So decimal is converted into a fraction here. But we have to convert this into the simplest form. Always remember, children, fractions are always written in their lowest form. Okay, as far as possible, try to convert into simplest form wherever possible. Now, the common factor between the two, highest common factor is 2. That is nothing but cancellation. Now, you are all familiar, I hope. Okay, children. So, 2 21s is 42 and 2 50s is 100. So, our fraction is 21 by 50. So, decimal is converted into fraction. Fraction is converted into its lowest form. Is this clear to children? All of you? Try a few more examples. They are all simple. Second one, 0.003. Start doing. 0.003. Third one, 4.02. Next one, 199.231. Okay. Fifth one, we have 0.75. Try, children. Let's discuss the answers. So we have 5 decimals to be converted into fractions. Look here, 0.003. So what does the rule say? Write the decimal number as it is in the form of numerator without decimals. Eliminate the decimals here. Why are we eliminating decimals? So that we can write the power of 10 in the denominator and that becomes a fraction. Now we have 3 in the numerator. So how are we compensating it? Since we have made this into a whole number, that is numerator. In the denominator, 1 followed by, yes children, 1, 2, 3. How many decimal places are there? 3 decimal places. 1 followed by 0, 0, 0. That means 0.003 is 3 by 1000. I hope you all understood how we have done this. Now, we cannot simplify further as you all have seen because 3 is a prime number and these are co-primes. Clear? Even these are co-primes, though they are not prime numbers, but between them they are co-primes. They do not have any common factor. Next one. There are 2 ways here, children. You can write it as 402 by 100. It's become a large number here. Or there's one more method. This whole number, write it as 4 itself. Because that's whole number. Okay. In mixed fraction, we have a whole number and a proper fraction, is it not? So 4 is the whole number. This 0, now forget 4 and see what it is. It is 0.02. So I'll write it as, some of you would have written it as 0.2 by 100, no harm. This 0 here doesn't have any value. But when it is in decimal form, it has a value because it is in tens place. Now it is 4. Why did I write 4 here like this? Because this is a whole number. 0.02 is written as 2 by 100. Cancel here itself. 2 1s, 2 50s. So your fraction is 4 1 by 50. Children, I hope you got that. 4 1 by 50. Look at the next one. Now you know how to write this. Don't make it too large. Don't make the numerator too large. Remove the whole number and write it as whole number itself in the mixed form. Now, 199 is the whole number. Now forget that. We have 0.239. Write 231 as the numerator, divided by 1 followed by how many? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 decimal places. Do not count all these. This is whole number, so I have separated it. Clear, children? Next one. We have 0.75. We do not have any whole number here. So write it as 75 divided by 1 followed by 1 and 2. 2 zeros. Can we cancel? Can we simplify this? Yes, we can. Is it not? You can divide by 25 or cancel by 25. Both are same. Again and again I am repeating. 25 threes is nothing but dividing by 25. So 25 threes is 75. 25 fours is 100. So 0.75 is 75 by 100 or 3 by 4 in its simplest form. Clear, children? Now, children, these are your assignment problems. Please solve. You can see read and expand, writing in decimal notation, comparison, use symbols please. In read and expansion, you first write in words and then expand in powers of 10 or in like 0.4 tenths, 300ths, that way also you can do. It's left to you. Then compare using symbols. Third main, convert into fractions. Of course, simplify. And then the last main, convert into decimals. Okay. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.